Hello, my name is Emma Fawcett and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Newton Abbey, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Thank you so much for joining me today on Emma's Crafty Space. This morning I'm going to be sharing with you a little project that I made with some ladies that I had at my first in-person crafting event since COVID. So this was one of the projects that we made. So I'm just going to slide the little belly band off. And whenever you open it up, you can see then that there's a little pouch here for a gift card, and then you've got this corner up here where you can write your sentiment. Now obviously if you wanted to you could cover these two with DSP, but I didn't for this project. And then the front's decorated, and then a little belly band that slides down over the front. So the suite that I've worked with is the Whimsical Trees, which is this one, and it's available in our current seasonal catalogue. I just think that it really is one of the nicer suites in the catalogue, and I just like all the sketched images on it. It really is very whimsical. I absolutely love the font on the sentiments. You can just see it there. It is a real mixture. And then there's obviously dies as well that matches it. DSP is also very pretty, so you can see there that some of them have that kind of iridescent sheen of them. So I'll just give you a quick flick of what is through it. One side obviously is very heavily patterned, and then the other side you would have more of a ditzy pattern on the back. So again, you can just see that iridescent. I love this one. Perfect for your gift bags. And then that beautiful snowflake design too. And then there's the sheets then that we used for the project itself. So I'm going to give you some measurements here and some of the pieces that I have already done off camera. I'm sure you don't want to see me winding things through big shots. So this is a strip of Mossy Meadow, and it measures 1 inch, and it's just the length of an A4 sheet, although it is a little long. This is a piece of Blush and Bride, and it measures 3 inches by 2 inches. This little piece of basic white cardstock measures 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then your 2 sheets of DSP that we're going to use, which is this nice one, so I'll show you the reverse of that one. And then this one, you can see the sparkle on that with that. They're both 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 square. Then I have got 2 tags, and they are cut from the, I'm just trying to remember the name of them, seasonal label dies, and that is the larger ones in Mossy Meadow and then the smaller ones in basic white. And then the dies from the stamp set, which I'm going to show you now. So you can see you've got your larger trees and your 2 wee small ditzy ones. These are little baubles if you want to cut out baubles to hang on your trees, as these are stars. This is like a tinsel swag. This one matches that image there, and the baubles match that one. Then on the second sheet we have larger trees, so you can see that corresponds with that. That is just the outside of a tree, and then that little one matches up with this. So it is quite an extensive die set, and all different shapes and sizes of trees, which is good. Okay, so that one, the larger one in mint macaron, small one with the little dash is Blushing Bride, and then this one with the little zigzag effect is Mossy Meadow. And then you have your Crumb Cake, and that's 4 inches by 4 inches. So we're going to do some scoring with that now. I'm just going to grab my scoreboard, take my trimmer part away. I'm going to score at 4 inches this way, and score 4 inches this way. And then we are going to put our cardstock into the valley. So 1 tip there, and I'll move this up, and then that one will be down there. So you're going to be scoring it into a diamond. Okay, so I'm just going to put it down flat. I'm scoring that. So that is all your scoring done. I set that down flat. You can see the cross score, and then that one diagonal. So the one diagonal, you're going to push that away from you and score it like that in the gold folder, like that. And then you are scoring these. so that whenever then these will fold in like that and you put your diamonds. So just give it a wee press down like that. So just do that again. They'll fold in like that. Now there might be a wee bit of resistance, so just set it down flat and give it another wee burnish just to make sure that all the score lines are completely done. Now we're going to decorate it. So it depends, it's up to you what way you want it to open out onto. I just like that the sentiment was up here, so that was where you do all your writing. So I'm going to do that again with this one. Now if you want to stamp the greeting on this or the sentiment before you stick it down, just in case you make a mess, it's up to you. Set that down in there, and you'll notice because it's 3 7/8, it's just giving you that nice little small border all the way around it. If you want more of a border, then just take it down to 3 3/4 square. And then same with your DSP. Like that wee ditzy pattern's nice in the back of that too. Okay, you don't need to be fussy with your glue. And your paper, you can just decide what way you want it. It's not totally directional, but whenever you're sitting looking at it, you might decide that you prefer it one way as opposed to the other. Okay, stick that down. And then this little thing is going to be our pouch for our gift tag. So I'm just going to use one of my old punches. And again, I've maybe said this in past tutorials. You can see that there's a little nick there and a little nick there. That's your halfway mark on your circle. So you just need to marry that up and just make sure you've got the same distance here as what you have there before you punch. So you get it in the middle. You could get a ruler out and start measuring, it's up to you. But this is just to make it more pocket-like. Then a tiny little rim of glue all the way around this. Remember, less is more of a Tombow. Again, you could use tape, but it's very thick, so you're actually losing space by using tape. And Tombow is just as strong as anything, so just very, very lightly, not too much. And it means then you've got a little pocket for your gift card. So I'm going to do mine down towards the bottom, just so there's plenty of space up here for it to rest. Just make sure you've got it in the middle. And you can, if you have a card, you can just slide it in. Just make sure it fits, because you don't want it to be past that crease there. Okay. I'm happy with the position of that. So again, you can leave that now. As I say, you can stamp your greeting. I'm just going to go with the one that was in the Whimsy, which is wishing you Christmas cheer and magical moments that last all year. I'm going to stamp mine in early Expresso because I do think it's a lot softer than black. So just again, I use my grid paper just to make sure that I'm straight. Okay, so now we just have to decorate the front. So again, I'm just going to add my sheet of DSP. I love the colours in this. They're not your traditional Christmas colours, but I just think they're so pretty together. Okay, just make sure that's completely straight. It's up to you what way you have this opening, or what way you do your belly band. So your belly band, again, I'm going to lay that on my grid paper. Set my little card down. Okay, and you're just going to wrap this around really, really lightly. It does not need to be really, really tight, because you need to be able to slide it on and off. So I'm going to put a bit of glue here. Just let it kind of rest on it. And then fold that back on itself, because that's all excess that you don't need. Cut it. Then a little bit of glue here. you just want there to be a little bit of give on that, just so you can slide it up and down. I'm just going to hold that a wee second. So it's a wee bit tight. I'm just going to loosen it a bit. There, you can see a bit more movement in that now. Okay, so now we need to decorate it. So I'm going to put this larger one down first. Dimensionals. So I always try and put them on both sides of the belly band where the joins are, and it means then it's completely supported. You don't need to worry about it falling apart. Okay, and I'm going to do it just over to the left hand side slightly. Make sure it's straight. So over to the left a bit. Not too far because you don't want your tree hanging off too much. Okay, and then my smaller tag I'm going to stamp with the other greeting in the stamp set, which says, "May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart." So we'll stamp that before we raise our tag. And I'm going to go slightly to the right of this because obviously I'm going to put all my trees down the left hand side and I want there to be a bit of room to do that. Okay, and again raise it up on your dimensionals. Two could probably do it, but just with it being quite a long tag, I think it needs a little bit of support in the center. And we'll do this over to the right a little bit. Okay, now that there needs a little bit of support maybe in there. I'm just going to put a dimensional. Okay, so that just keeps that all nice and steady. Okay, now we are going to add our 3 trees. So you kind of need a little look at it and see where that maybe needs a bit of support. But if you look here, that there is completely on the tag. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue down those 3 edges. Or you could use a glue dot, but I'm going to use glue so that there's a bit of wiggle space in case I need to get it into position. Like that. Now this little card, obviously it measures 4 by 4, but just for the thickness of it, I would recommend you put it in a 5 by 5 envelope. Okay, and then we're going to put this one up here. So I'm actually just going to set a wee dimensional onto there, mini one. Just to hold it in place there. Okay, and then our green one, our Mossy Meadow one. It's going to go here like that. Now you just want to be sure that that doesn't come off the edge there. So just be careful when you're positioning the tail of your tree. And small ones for this. Now obviously those wee long stalks on the tree can be cut down, but I like them long. So I'm just gonna set that down there like that. Okay, and that is the bare bones of it. Now obviously then you can go in and you can add a little ribbon tab, or some of the Stampin' Up rhinestones would be really cute on it as well, just add a little bit more shimmer. But the DSP has quite a lot of shimmer in it as well. Maybe the camera's not picking it up so well, so I just left mine plain. So if I just slide that off, we'll open it out again. So it's just another novel way really of having a card and a gift card holder all in one. As I say, you could then go in and add some more DSP to these sections just to really showcase this beautiful sweets DSP. It really is lovely. Okay, so So get that on. So that is that complete. Hopefully you've been able to follow along and you may be able to have a go at making one yourself. There are so many beautiful papers at the minute in the catalogues, so I'm sure you'll be able to find a nice little combination to make your own. If you want to make this one, I'll make a list of all the products that I've used in the description below. And there's also a link there to my online store. If you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator of your own, you can just go on, click on there, and that'll take you to my online store. But thanks so much for joining me today. Take care. Bye bye.